Well, hi, and welcome to Timeout Tuesday. I decided to go ahead and do another one this week just to kind of remind the new ones that are on that the music that's on the videos, we're on part 9 of the schematic series, and we got 3 more to upload, and then the music will be gone after that on part 13. There shouldn't be any music on the instructional part. There might be a little bit on the front end or back end, but on any place where there's instruction going on, there will be no more music. I hope that'll help everybody that's been asking. Like I said, I just had a bunch of videos made up ahead of time, and I don't know how to edit them because YouTube won't let you adjust the volume or even take the music out after you've uploaded them to YouTube. So that being said, that's all I'm going to say on the Timeout Tuesday. I'm going to disconnect you here, and I'm going to show you just one little thing, another one of my little hobbies. And it's going to be a very short video today, but I'm going to show you a little bit more of my hobby. Now, I don't want this channel to become about this because it's something else I do, but I just want you to see that I'm not just always got my nose in radios. I do other things too. And another Timeout Tuesday, I'm going to show you a little bit about myself and my father. So I'll put that on another one coming though. I thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy this few minutes of video today on the Timeout Tuesday. Learn a little bit more about me. All right, thank you. Okay, this may not be any interest to some people, but this is another one of my hobbies. A lot of people collect Hot Wheels. I collect the antique Matchbox cars. These are the old ones, and I'll give you a little bit of history. Matchbox was around before Hot Wheels, and they come out of England, and they after post-war they started working on a series, and actually ended up being 3 sets that they put together. And this series that I collect is called the I-75 series, and I think the earliest one is like in the 1950s. Late 50s, and the top row up here is the beginning of that first series of sets. Like I say, Hot Wheels wasn't even around when these were made. Now, as you can see, they're a lot smaller up here than your normal Hot Wheel cars. Or you can see the normal size of Hot Wheel cars are kind of on down toward the bottom of this. These are still Matchbox cars, but the size-wise, that's about the size of, well, they're still a little bit smaller. That one right there is about the size of a current Hot Wheels car. But these up here are maybe 2/3 the size. And they started out with gray wheels on them. They had little tiny gray wheels. Some of them had metal, some of them had plastic. There are 75 cars in that first set, and that's what I do is I collect and try to get all 75 cars put up, and then when I get a whole set, then I usually sell them on the internet. And anyway, they're kind of on here in order, and I'm still missing some because they're really getting hard to get. I had to put a light up here because I'm filming this in the evening, and so it's kind of got odd lighting. I don't have my fluorescent going because it was washing out the camera. But if you can see, they are numbered 1 through 75, so that'd be, actually I don't have the number 1, that's number 2 with that little cement mixer, and then it goes right on up the chain here, and it counts left to right each row. And when you get down, trying to see where the end of this thing is, down to about right there at the Thunderbird. I don't know if I got a good visual on that, the one with the pink and the white. That's the end of that first series. Now, as you can see, I don't have 75 cars there yet. I'm missing about 20 of them. But these are not mint condition. I do have some mint in there, but the whole set's not mint condition. And what I do sometimes is I'll hang on to a set and try to see if I can trade them out and get a little bit better mint ones on the bad ones that are really bad. But to be honest with you, these things sell good no matter what they look like, as long as they got all their wheels and stuff. And a lot of these are selling pretty expensive now. You'll pay, gosh, there's some of them, double digit well, I'm trying to think of what the highest one I've paid for, but $50 sometimes, sometimes even more if it's a real rare one. They have different variations that are rare, and they cost even a lot more. Anyway, these all say on the bottom of these, because this was in England, so it'll say made in England by Lesney, Lesney, and that was two guys, and they took parts of their name and they put it together and made Lesney. And the real old ones, they all came in boxes. The boxes that came in was like that box right there. Only these little ones in the first series was in a lot smaller box, and it was distributed by Moko, M-O-K-O, and anyway, their little boxes will say Moko on them, but the boxes are almost all gone. And if you do get a box online now, you're going to get one that's a repop. I mean, the guys are printing these now. And so you got to be careful if you're trying to get an original box, because if you do, you're lucky. Now that one is, but that's a later series. They had a second series they went to, and this is the A series, the first series, and then the B series. I start a few of them down here. The only reason I do the B series is because when you're buying A series, you get stuck with B series too. And that's okay, because that set sells pretty good too. So I just go ahead and start working on my B series, and these bottom two rows is what the B series is. Now I don't have room in this one case to get all of them, so I keep them in a box or off the side. I keep the better ones in here. So, but I don't really do these to resell. I do end up reselling, but that's my motive, is to get the A series, because it's selling really good right now. And so they were in the A series, then they started a B series, and I think it was about, I don't know, it was toward the end of the B series, starting on the C series, and then Hot Wheels started producing their cars. Well, all these have wire, like a hard metal little rod for the axles. Well, when Hot Wheels came out, they came out with the little wire axles, and of course these cars don't, if you push them across the floor, they're not going to roll very good. And when Hot Wheels came out, they could push that car and they'd roll clear across the kitchen floor. Well, that made them a whole lot more popular than Matchbox. And Matchbox realized halfway through that C series, they were trying to put out their 75 cars on that. They realized that they needed to compete with Hot Wheels, or they're going to be out of business. And so they tried to make a series that has a wire in the axle, and that was called the Superfast series. And that Superfast series is still pretty popular today, but I hate to say it, the end result is Matchbox got their pants beat by Hot Wheels. And overall bottom line is eventually they went out of business. Well, now the overseas has bought the rights to the Matchbox name, so a lot of the Matchbox stuff you're seeing now is probably made in China or some other place like that. Bottom line is these old ones that's pre-Hot Wheels are really becoming valuable. And this is what I do on the side. Sometimes when I'm on a break from radios, I get online and I try to find little pieces of this. They call the series up here, the first A series, they call it the Gray Wheels Series 2, because most of them have the gray wheels. Toward the end of the first series, you'll see the wheels start turning black. They also call them, all A, B, and C, they call them regular wheels. So it's called the I-75 Regular Wheels Series. And like I say, these are all made in England before that company went out of business there. So I just thought I'd give you a little bit of update. This is stuff I do on the side, and like I say, I'll field some questions, but this is not a teaching channel. I might ask you where I got, how I got some or whatever, but I really don't want to talk about the variations. I know them, I'm pretty good at them, but I don't want to do that on this channel. Maybe someday I'll start a Matchbox channel and we'll talk about that too. But there's books that you can buy that teaches you all the variations and all the different ones for the I-75 series. But if you want to get into it, it's a fun thing to get into, but you got to have a deep pocket. You need some money. All right. I thank you for everything you guys are watching, and I'm getting a lot of good comments. Like I say, the music is almost gone. Episode 13 on the schematic set series. There should be no music on the instructional portion, and from there on out, it's gone. So I thank you guys for hanging with me on those 20 some videos that I made ahead of time. All right, hope you enjoy your evening. Thank you.